Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another video and hope you guys are doing well today. Now, recently I was on a podcast with Scott and Crix, which is definitely worth a watch. I'll put the links in the description, you can go and have a look at those, talking around Cataclysm, and we discussed lots of different stuff from Cataclysm itself, the beta, what to expect from the first tier of raiding, all that good stuff. So, one question I saw repeatedly came up was that of Cataclysm Classic fresh servers. So what is a fresh server? Before I get into anything else, fresh indicates a completely new server with no transfers. In other words, there's no past character history. Everyone starts on the same footing. Now, in an ideal world, this is a really, really cool concept. And when you have other games such as Path of Exile and Diablo doing seasonal kind of events, and that's something that we've got used to as gamers, having a fresh, almost new season start to a server was really, really cool and a good idea. And you had a massive community of private server players that wanted to play the official version of Classic that didn't want to feel massively behind from players that had farmed in TBC. Now, we had Wrath Classic, fresh servers, and while this was a cool idea, they weren't that successful. But was that because fresh itself was a bad idea, or because Blizzard didn't manage it properly? Now, I'd actually argue it's a bit of both. So the short answer, if you just want a quick answer to Cataclysm Classic fresh servers, if Blizzard are planning to manage any prospective Cataclysm Classic servers in a similar way to they did in Wrath, don't even bother. It's so pointless and doomed to fail that it really just isn't worth it. The long answer is, I would play, although probably only one character on a Cataclysm Classic fresh server, if Blizzard committed to actively looking after the server. Now, let's talk about Wrath. Thekel, which is one of the Wrath fresh servers that I played on and named as my main server throughout the start of Wrath, had a massively balanced Horde and Alliance population, and that's something that isn't seen on other servers. It made it very unique. When you saw someone running around on a Zul'Gurub Tiger or a Raid Achievement mount or a Gladiator mount, you knew it was a cool achievement. The problems came when the secondary fresh server, Jindo, became almost a backup server. When Thekel's queues got too high, some of the population headed to the safer refuge and began progressing on Jindo. Now, I believe it was towards the end of Nax when the transfers first occurred from... It was originally from Thekel to Jindo to try and balance the population, and was very quickly swapped to go from Jindo to Thekel. Even to this day, Jindo doesn't have a guild that's completed all of hard mode Ulduar, 2 guilds that have cleared 5 out of 5 Trial of the Grand Crusader, and there is no progress at all in ICC or Ruby Sanctum. And so the first of these fresh servers was completely dead. But that was fine, because at least Thekel still survived. They probably opened too many servers, they didn't need to make 2 or 3, they could have done with 1 PvE, 1 PvP. The next problem came late into Ulduar, when population dipped on the server, and Wrath in general, in fairness, and transfers became available from Thekel to other servers. Now, some guilds feeling they'd caught up to the pre-Wrath of Lich King servers and player base, decided to take the plunge and move across, leaving Thekel's population and server balance askew and turning it into every other server. Now, this had a compounding effect. As the more players that left, the more players that saw the server was dying and left also, and so it continued. By the end of Trial of the Grand Crusader, the server was effectively down to bare bones and just left to die. Now, all of this is pretty bleak, and that's not why I do these videos, but it's to give the information. This doesn't even take into account the fact that now with Cataclysm bringing account-wide mounts and pets, the glory of seeing someone on a difficult-to-attain mount loses so much emphasis. The only benefit is that everyone will start at the same gold amount. Ultimately, I've tried to consider what a successful fresh might look like, and truthfully, I just can't see it happening. So I'm really interested to hear what you guys think about this, right? Because this is something that I'm sure will be asked a lot. It's a massive question within the community right now, and I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Let me know if you are hoping for a Cataclysm fresh server in the comments, whether that's something you would want, whether you would play one character on it, or whether you just wouldn't trust them at all. Thanks for watching, guys. More videos coming soon, and catch you later. Bye.